In today's episode, I talk to you about your corporate website. That's right, that boring thing you put on the web that talks about your business a little bit. You might think it's not important, but guess what? Guess what? Yeah, you listen. Shh, listen up. It is the most important employee that you have. In fact, it's your best employee. If you're one of these companies that has an employee of the month, give it to your website. It's the one that's doing the hardest job. You might be saying, well, that doesn't sound right, but it is. Think about it. We have these little devices, phones, right? They're connected to our hands all the time. We walk around, people just don't even put them in their pockets anymore. They just walk around with their phone. And as soon as they hear a name of a company or they're looking up something or maybe they need a plumber or a HVAC system repair, whatever it happens to be, what are they going to do? They're going to Google it. You're going to look it up on your phone. They're going to come to your website. They want to know the information that you have. But if your website is not showing your best side, people are going to walk away. They're going to go to your competitors. They're not going to go to you. So a lot of people, I run into this all the time with clients. They've come up with their website. They put it up 10, 15 years ago. They were told by somebody that, sure, I need a website. And so they did it. They were really cheap about it. $200 here or there. Paid their nephew who happens to have a MacBook. That does not represent your company. Think about it in this way. If you offered that kind of service, where you only kind of half-assed it onto your client and passed it off to your younger nephew who doesn't know anything about what you do, what do you think your clients would say? Probably wouldn't have any, right? So your website's the same thing. It needs care, it needs attention. The great thing is, you don't have to pay it a yearly salary. You don't have to give it healthcare benefits. You don't have to give it a 401k. All you're doing is you're letting it live on your on the web. It's going to sit there. It's going to sell people. It's going to convert people to come and talk to you and use your services, use your skill set. But you need to put the time and energy up front and a little bit of cost to make it represent you. All right? It's not as simple as just saying, well, it has my logo, it has my contact information. That does no good. No good at all. Especially with all the social media that's out there nowadays, the way you can direct message anybody on Instagram. People come up to your profile on Instagram. They're immediately going to look and see what website or URLs are connected to that profile. And if it goes to a 404 page or just something that doesn't even look mobile friendly, they're going to leave. They're not going to follow you. They're not going to care. You need to have a website that looks good, that speaks and represents your company, right? Uses your brand, uses your messages. And yes, everybody has a brand and everybody has a message. Some are a little bit more sophisticated than others. Some of us are lost and looking for what that voice happens to be. Others of us we have one, but it's pretty subtle, right? But everybody has one. It doesn't matter what your profession is, you have it. If you work for a corporation, then you are a brand ambassador yourself. Think about every client meeting you go to, right? You are representing the company you work for. Your website's doing the same thing. It just never sleeps. It's always on. It's always making sales. It's always engaging with your customers. And there's ways you can make it engage even more. You can add a bot to your website, right? You can have full conversations with potential clients without any humans even interacting with it. But you have to put the time and energy and hire the right resources of people to build a website that's going to fully represent your company. I'm going to link a few names below that I think are exceptional in this way, that can build you corporate websites and give you the greatest representation of yourself. Maybe even inspire you to build a better website. You know, there's some incredible people, and there's some incredible people talking about brand and messaging and knowing your own voice. But you have to care. That employee, that website is going to be hardworking. It's never going to tire. It's never going to disappear, but it has to have the foundation to make it work. So that's this week's episode. So glad you guys are here and watching these videos. You know, leave a comment below for ask any questions, feedback on how these videos are going. I'd love to hear from you. Honestly, comments are my oxygen. It's why I do what I do. I love helping people, especially in the corporate environment. Until next time, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon.